game 2. Sorry for cutting you out of the sideboarding there, I just forgot that. I'd sideboarded in set Scorpions and sideboarded out the Whirlwind Adepts. Let's see what we've got. On the play, I like this because we can get this out without him doing anything about it. So yes, I also sideboarded in the negates and keep. Alright, let's see if we can get this one. Basically, if I've got a blue-green double line in play, and I get, like we did, an Evolving Wilds, I'm almost always going to take a Swamp with this deck, because it's got so few of them. And sometimes, if you're really unlucky, you can cast Commune with the Gods, and have to discard all your black sources of mana. That's pretty unfortunate, but it happens. Right. So let's see if we can get some more lands in our hand. Yes, alright. In case he taps out on his next turn, I still won't be casting on the Rogue Scavenger anyway, so I'll rather be keeping Negate up and play Evolving Wilds. Yeah, I think so. I could also cast Commune, but not really necessary. A big problem here is when he casts Benthic Giant. That's his main win thing. On the other hand, I mean, we're not gonna do a lot. I could just put an island in there, play Commune. Sounds fine. Let's attack first though. Poke him for some damage. And, well, Embodiment of Spring it is. Apparently. Not so many other choices. Right. Yeah, let's keep up Negate. I mean, Negate doesn't really help against his big threats, but you can stop some of his draw spells if we really think that's an idea. No, I don't want to stop that one, that's fair. If he wants to use 4 mana and drawing 2 cards, that's okay with me. Alright, let's get in with the Embodiment of Spring, because we've still only got one creature in our graveyard and he's not putting any in his. Let's get a Forest. Attack first. Nothing we can do about that. He'll get a 1/1 unblockable guy, but that's how the game's played. point could be made for us having nullifier in our sideboard. We often have double blue anyway, or a regular cancel, just to deal with control decks like this that are creature based and not sorcery instant for the win conditions. But it's just never come up before in this format that I've seen. But it's definitely worth considering now. Since he looked to poke us for one, not that really matters, but it could be. Oh, he has to discard, that's fine. Alright, question is whether we want to play an Evolving Wilds or Thornwood Force this time. We could use some thinning. And the Thornwood Force doesn't really help us a lot, comes into play as well. Tapped, I mean. And we've got, yeah, still only one guy there. We could, let's start with doing this. We could sacrifice the Embodiment of Spring and attack, and then our guy would be a 3/3, but he's still got Nullify mana open, so I'm not really into that. Could also Aquarius from this guy, but he just bounced into something. Probably not worth it, I think. Anyway, we're gonna deal this guy in at the end of his turn. Doesn't matter, we can attack with the Setter Wayfinder, I think. If he blocks, that's fine for us, and if he doesn't, that's great, we get to exchange pokes. Right, great. So it looks like our opponent's sort of considering doing something, but doesn't look like he's really sure, or perhaps he's just gone out for coffee, who knows. Oh great, he's there. That's the thing I really like about Magic Online, the timer up there. That you can actually lose the game for being slow. I mean, I guess you can in real life as well if you got a judge over and watch and all that, but usually it's not really worth it. And if you're against a slow opponent, too slow an opponent in, say, Friday Night Magic, you're just gonna go to the time anyway, which is really boring. So let's get an island here. So our good opponent is still keeping up his mana, and he probably has it. We could throw out an Undergrowth Scavenger and fight for it, because he hasn't got enough for 2 counter spells, I think. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. It's only a 3/3. Could guys it out. I mean, we need to go somewhere sometime. So let's try and get it out there. Yeah, let's try and fight. See if we can get something on the board. And we've got double Aqueous form, so we can also use that to have a creature to describe it with. Seems fine. Big chance he'll bounce it some way. Use Void Descent or some other spell like that. But then we'll play it again and he'll be down 2 cards and not a lot further. And until he plays something bigger than the Coral Barrier, we can attack fine without Aqueous form, and he could bounce it, but it'd basically just be a 2-for-1 for himself. Yeah, we could do this to get us some life, or get a counterspell away from him. I mean, that'd make it a 2-for-2 if he does bounce it, right? If he wants to counter it again, that is. Well, he counters this one, that's fine. So we can't play the next one, but we could Aqueous form. Since he wants to counter it now, means he probably hasn't got a bounce spell, I'm thinking. Because I'm thinking if I had one, I would probably not counter this one, don't care about the little life I'm gonna get, and then just bounce the guy later. That's fine draw, we want that for sure. And it's not gonna be bigger unless he does something to this, but we can put 2 of them out next turn. And having an unblockable guy right now seems like a good idea. Also because he doesn't seem to be playing any of his benthic giants right now. Perhaps he's just not hitting them. He could get them out very soon though. And then having unblockable damage being a bit ahead in the race seems even better, right? Well, he's certainly drawing a lot of cards. He'll probably be cruising next turn, I guess. So many fine card drawing spells in Convent Standard. Is he cruising now? Couldn't imagine he would. Could imagine another Coral Barrier though, but what is he doing? That's cool, so he gets to scribe whenever I attack too. That's very nice. So do we want to give him that? Well, I can start with putting this out there. Because we're certain he can't handle double. He can't handle 6 damage a turn. Alright, that's great. So now I don't care too much about putting this out. I think that's a pretty fair trade. Both of us getting a scribe, but also getting a 6 life swing. 6-point life swing, that's actually very nice. And this is also very nice, yes, thank you very much. Now, we'll have to wait for him to tap out that because we can't be running a Benthic Giant into another, say, Disdainful Stroke. Well, that's the card I was talking about earlier, Rise of Eagles. That's fine. Now I can focus with 5 every turn with that. But as long as we're still getting 3 life a turn and hitting him for 3, I mean, if he bounces this, now that changes the whole thing. But unless he does that, we're still okay. we want another one? Yeah, why not? We'll check his hand now for a kind of spell. Pretty sure he's got one, but might as well. We can't be casting these two at a time anyway. Alright, nullify. That's fine. Getting some cards out of his hand. This turn I'm guessing he'll treasure cruise. Yeah, another Rise of Eagles. That's fine too. Oh, it's not good, but it'll do. Perhaps he hasn't got a bounce effect after all. Right, hit us for 5. Next turn you can hit us for 9 turn. That's pretty bad. Let's see. Do we want to run out the Benthic Giant this turn? Depends on draw, I guess. I'm still pretty sure he's going to cancel it. That doesn't do us any good, but it's actually very smart of him. It seems like he exchanged his own Benthic Giants for flyers, so our sideboard is basically not very good for anything right now. Sideboard options we did take to do this or not. So next turn we go take 9, go down to 14. When we hit him, he goes to 5, we go to 17. Unless he plays something more, he makes us go down to 5, we go up to 8, and make him go down to 2, and then he kills us. Now that's pretty bad. Perhaps I should have kept the Sedge Scorpion up. He probably let me play it. I could attack into the core barrier, they both die, and we'd get a counter in this as a consequence of the Eternal Thirst enchantment. But let's see. As he got it now, I guess better to try it now than to. Or what could he have if not a counter spell? Actually, that's the question. It's not much he could have. It's not a counter spell. And he has got 3 cards. There could be 3 lands, but that seems unlikely. Alright, we'll have to draw something good then. Ping this for 9. Go to 14. Oh, that's pretty bad. Next turn he'll ping us for 13. And we'll be at 4 life. Alright. Let's try and see if he wants to cancel this. Who knows, just for fun. And if he doesn't, we get to scry twice, which is also okay. I don't think he's... Oh, yeah, we could wait till next turn. And then fight over this. And then we'll have to wait 2 turns though, and he will kill us in the meanwhile. On the hand now. Sorry, I should have done about that before, but nothing to do about it. So if this resolves, we're good, we'll win, I think. But if not, we'll have to top deck something awesome. Alright. We should probably play that quiz form now then, since I don't think he's got a counter. If he had a counter, he would have countered this, I'm sure. I hope. Alright, he got that kind of counter, that's something different. Let's see, I'm not sure if we will win now. We've used 2, 3 for a quiz form. Well, we could top deck into one. That would work. But it's all his game right now. Also, another Eternal Thirst would do it. Just give us the life we need. So he's cruising now. That was about time. Cruising again, alright. Yeah, why not? Can still keep up everything. Pressure Cruise is really a good card. Perhaps you should play some too. This deck could probably do with a Pressure Cruiser too instead of the Shaman of Spring. I mean, we are putting stuff in our graveyard pretty quickly. Alright, doesn't do too much. It's not like I'm going to kill him next turn anyway. Alright. We lost this one, but we could be more lucky in round number 2, I hope. Let's just attack. Yeah, Treasure Cruise definitely sounds good in this deck. Right, that's actually the card we need. We're gonna die still, but yeah, that's it. Alright, see you in round 2.